Hello, I'm back. It's actually the same day that I just did my first video, so I'm kind of in a sort of talking mood, so I thought I might as well do one more video for today. I guess I want to talk about grudges. And it's a topic that's been on my mind for a while, and I wanted to kind of, you know, talk about it just because I think, in my own life and in the lives of my friends and my family members, I've noticed that there's a lot of people just holding unnecessary grudges. And what I mean by that is, people getting, frustrated or pissed off at other people. Some reasons are warranted. Sometimes, people have a right to get angry with people, definitely. And you also have a right to feel whatever way you feel about a person and do whatever, well, not do whatever you want to them, but you know what I mean. As long as you're not violating their rights, you have a reason to terminate the relationship um, or just kind of be pissed off. And I, one of the main reasons I want to talk about it is because I'm as guilty as anybody for, you know, having a temper and going off on people. um, Recently, I've been going through a lot of things spiritually and emotionally, and I've been a lot more mellow. But a couple years ago, and before that, I was not. Oh, you can see my tag. Jeez, I'm a mess. Anyway, I was not quite as mellow as I am now. And I definitely, if a friend, wasn't there for me when I needed them, or they ditched me, or I found out they lied to me, I would get really, really, really offended, and that was it. Like, and I would usually make it known. I'd usually confront them, because I just felt like, sometimes you don't know sometimes you make a mistake and you don't know. But anyway, I mean, I've never been too much of like a picky person when it comes to friendships, but anyway, let me actually get to the point while I'm actually making why I'm making this video in the first place. And basically, my point is that I just there's a lot of people, and myself included at times, that hold grudges against other people because they diss them, they wrong them, they didn't do what you really wanted them to do, or they insulted you. And I think getting angry at people can be actually healthy sometimes, because sometimes getting angry is better than holding it inward and getting upset with yourself and then feeling like crap. Um, but I've noticed, especially after my life kind of started collapsing around me, and things are totally different for me now than they were this time last year. And I've noticed personally that people are just holding a lot of unnecessary grudges. And the truth is, I mean, not to be overly morbid, but I want to be, I'm trying to be honest here, and you guys already know this stuff, but the truth is, you don't know what's going to happen from day to day. You don't know when the last time you're going to see or talk to somebody is. We like to feel like we're in a magical land where we're all gonna live a nice long life, but it's not always the case. And I think that people are, I think sometimes you can hold, people tend to hold grudges that are just completely unnecessary. And I've been guilty of it myself. I think it's hard when somebody really hurts you and they never apologize. They just kind of are like, oh well, whatever, bye. That's understandable. I can understand why, obviously you're not going to make an effort if they're not even going to apologize and they know they did something wrong. Then they're just assholes, no offense. Um, and you don't need an asshole in your life. There's many of them in the world, so why do you really need to keep in contact with one? But I think when it's your really close family member, your really close friend, and you love them, no matter what, and kind of deep down they love you, but you're in some kind of argument, some kind of tiff. I think it's really important to let it go, let it go, let it go. Just like Frozen. just you just never know when, something's going to happen, and you don't want your last, experience or words with somebody to be something pessimistic or something hateful. And life is it's short, and you have to pick your battles. You have to, figure out, okay, is this really worth getting this upset about? Is this worth is it worth fighting with this person about this? Or in like a year or two, is this going to seem stupid? If it's going to seem stupid in a year or two, just let it go. Let it go. It's not, that means it's not that important. It means that um, it's not important, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that people just tend to hold grudges unnecessarily. And I'm not going to say I haven't done it, but I think the main thing is that, you want to make sure that you're not wasting time. You're not wasting time in your life or their life being miserable and upset with each other when, just if it's silly, just make up. If it's something stupid, make, of course there are some things that, your bestie or whoever, family member, whatever. There are some things that people do that are just not forgivable. They're just not forgivable no matter which way you slice it. I had a really, really good friend of mine years ago. She was much, much, much older than me, put it that way. I was a kid, she was a grown woman, and I don't want to get into too many details, but she totally betrayed my trust in major, major, major ways. Kind of, I was a young adolescent girl, and I, was very vulnerable, very naive, and the woman got me into, marijuana and alcohol and things that, a 16-year-old, 16-year-olds are going to get into stuff, but it shouldn't be given to them by a 40-year-old. But she was very obviously toxic, and she really, really, really betrayed my trust. And we were really good friends. She was like my sister, and until, she started, I did a few stupid things myself. I had a couple parties I shouldn't have had, and I was a teenager, it's going to happen. But anyway, I don't want to turn this into my therapy session, but all I'm saying is that I know what it feels like to be really, really, really betrayed, really hurt by somebody that was close to you. Um, and that goes, for in relationships too. I've been there. Family members, I've been there as well, and it's not a fun experience to be betrayed. And there's a fine line. Sometimes people go too far, and there is absolutely no kind of, I don't want to say no forgiving, because that's, it's always good to forgive, obviously. But what I mean is that sometimes there's no getting over certain things, and, sometimes people really kind of, screw with your head, and there's no, okay, let's repair this, let's fix this. Like, sometimes it's over, it's done, that's it, bye. At other times, though, most of the time, things are petty and silly, and I just would encourage you guys to, if you're going through that right now, or you're arguing or disagreeing with a family member, a close friend, but, it is kind of a silly sort of thing going on, I would just forgive them. Give them a call right now, go to their house, whatever, invite them over, throw back some drinks, or I shouldn't encourage anybody to do that. So, okay, eat some nachos and cheese. um, and just get over it. Get over it. Life is short, and you don't want, your last interaction with somebody to be negative. You want it to be positive. And all right, another really video that's really long. I'm kind of not getting used. This is my second like real video I'm doing, and I have to admit I'm not getting used to this, to myself on camera. I don't like it too much, but at the same time, I think I have some words of wisdom that you guys probably already know, but at least we can share it together. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day, and call that best friend or family member up and tell them how you really feel, and go on a lunch date and just get the hell over it, because some things are just not worth fighting for. All right, bye.